In this tutorial, we'll show you how to use the equation function of a value transform to convert the output of a temperature probe from Celsius to Fahrenheit. For this demonstration, you'll need any Fidget's interface kit. I'll be using the 2x2x2 and a Fidget's 1124 temperature probe. Plug the temperature probe into an analog input on the interface kit and connect the interface kit to a USB port on your PC. Before we jump into SetInMotion, let's take a minute to talk about the relationship between Fahrenheit and Celsius and look at the data you'll be receiving from your temperature probe. The analog output of the Fidget's 1124 temperature probe is a base value, or range of numbers that don't quite equate to degrees of temperature by default. This is intentional, so you can use SetInMotion to convert the data into degrees of Fahrenheit, Celsius, or any other unit of measure you choose. Fidget's has already provided a formula to convert the base value into Celsius. Thanks to Fidget's, we know that the output of the probe times 0.2222 minus 61.111 equals the temperature in Celsius. We'll be able to use that same equation in SetInMotion. Now we need to know the mathematical relationship between Celsius and Fahrenheit, so we know what equations to use in SetInMotion. Here's how it all breaks down. Both Fahrenheit and Celsius are based on the point at which water freezes and boils. Measuring with Celsius, we know that water freezes at 0 degrees and boils at 100 degrees. Measuring with Fahrenheit, we know that water freezes at 32 degrees and boils at 212 degrees. Using those two temperature ranges, we know that the difference or ratio between Celsius and Fahrenheit is 9/5, or in decimal form, 1.8. If we adjust for the Fahrenheit freezing point of 32 degrees, we can use this formula to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius times 1.8 plus 32 equals Fahrenheit. Using equations in SetInMotion, we'll convert probe output to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. That will give us 3 different sets of information, all from the same probe. Ready to get started? With your Fidget sensor interface and temperature probe already connected to USB, open SetInMotion. Choose Start a New Blank Show, and then switch to Design Mode. Under Devices, click the plus sign beside Active Devices, select Fidget Interface Kit Local USB. Give the interface kit a channel name. I'll use 222, and select Add Device. If we switch to Channel View, we can see the channels for the 222 interface kit and can see data values from the temperature probe appearing on Analog Sensor 1. Switch back to the show board and let's add some LCD displays to display our data. I'll drag the first LCD display onto the show board and then right-click it to access the properties. I'll change the name to Raw Data since it will show sensor output, and click to assign it to Analog Sensor 1. When I select OK to return to the show board, we can see the raw data output of the temperature probe in the LCD display. Now, we need to convert the raw data into degrees Celsius. Switch to Channel View and select the channel for Analog Sensor 1. From the new menu, select When Value Changes and then Add New Action. We'll need to select the destination channel, which is where the new information will be once the equation converts it. Select Add Destination Channel and then Create Channel. Now let's give the new channel a name. I'll call it Celsius. Highlight the new Celsius channel and then select Channel Property. Now that we have our new Celsius channel, let's set a value transform to convert the raw data into degrees Celsius. Select Transforms. On the left and right, you see the raw probe data. In the drop-down list, you can see all the available value transforms. Select Equation and then Add. Highlight Equation. Let's enter the formula. Sensor value times 0.2222 minus 61.1111. Now, in the After Transform window, you can see the temperature in Celsius. Close both these windows, and let's go to the show board to add another LCD display for our Celsius temperature. I'll name the display Celsius and tie it to the Celsius channel. Now, our transformed information is displayed as degrees Celsius. Let's repeat the same process with our other formula to present the temperature in Fahrenheit. Switch to Channel View and select the Celsius channel. Select When Value Changes, and then Add New Action. Select Add Destination, create channel, and name the new channel Fahrenheit. Select the channel, and then select Channel Property. Select Transform, add Equation, and then let's put our equation for Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius times 1.8 plus 32 equals Fahrenheit. Who said that high school algebra wouldn't come in handy someday? Close the window, and then let's go to the show board to add a Fahrenheit display. I'll name the display Fahrenheit. Link your display to the Fahrenheit channel, and now you are displaying the temperature in Fahrenheit. Using the equation in SetInMotion Value Transforms, you are now displaying raw probe output and the temperature in degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. Be sure to watch our tutorial on Value Rounder Transform to see how to round the temperature down to 1 or 2 decimal places.